Inevitably, we're not going to be able to have a conversation without talking about the distinction between the law and the gospel. That's also, right. Because the collapsing of those two categories produces nothing but fear and uneasiness, terror even in the souls of many sitting here as you think about standing before the Lord at the end of it all, because we're convinced that there's something in me that is going to be necessary. There is something that I have to muster up and produce that I'm going to need to have with me, and it's going to need to be good enough if I can actually have hope for that day. And instead of realizing that Jesus, in terms of curse and judgment and fear and terror and all of those things that we're talking about right now, Christ has endured all of that in the place of his people so that we bear it no longer. Mm-hmm. And all of the judgment, all of the curse, he drained it all. He represented us and he took it all. And if we thought more on that, it would help us to see that, man, there really is nothing to fear with respect to the return of Christ. And so our confession, the Second London Baptist Confession, at the end in chapter 32, on how all of these things will culminate, one of the reasons why we do not know the day or the hour of Christ's return, it is to help us and produce vigilance, amen, and it is also so that we can wake up every day and say, today might be the day. Yeah. Like that is lost on us because that's a terrifying reality for many Christians. Well, if he comes back today, I got to get my house in order. There's a lot of stuff that I need to do. Or because we are so earthbound in our thinking, which we'll get to this later, we tend to think about all the earthly stuff that we're going to miss out on or whatever because we've been given such an anemic understanding of what the next life will be like. Mm-hmm. So there's all these thoughts that we wrestle with. If you were to, like, Jesus could come back today, how do you feel right now? You probably have mixed feelings because we've not been taught well. And at least if we're taught well, we've got a chance of feeling the hope in our hearts and souls that we should.